taking over for Boxing UK, sponsored by Supreme CBD. Here with Sonny Edwards. Post-fight reaction to Anthony Joshua. What did you make of that?
Firstly, I can't believe you caught me before I got to bed. What's the time?
I get about, mate. I get about. It's
10
like
to 2. That's work. No, I'll be real, and I appreciate the effort genuinely, because a lot of boxing media, they get a bit of success, and by 9 o'clock they're off for the night, and you know what I mean. So it's the effort is
we
appreciated.
grind. We grind, we hustle.
Oh, the grind never stops, bro.
Never stops. Talking of grinding, Anthony Joshua, stay humble, stay hungry. Got it done tonight. What were your thoughts on that one?
Okay, let's be perfectly honest. Yeah, it was a very safe and cautious performance, and for the first 6 rounds, he showed a couple of times that when he wanted to go, that he could really, find the target. Helenius did a decent enough job, but I don't think AJ in the first half of the fight really believed in himself enough at the time of the fight to let the shots he needed go. But the moment that he did, wow, what a shot it was. And it was vintage AJ, and he only needs one shot, and that's and I was just having this conversation. Boxing sometimes, even I'm a victim of it. You sit round, the show's been a bit slow, you're thinking, oh my god, boxing, you're rolling your eyes, and then all of a sudden, that one moment, and you're off your seats. I was in the air off my seat before Helenius hit the canvas. I'm convinced of it. Like, that shot was wow. And yeah, that moment, I think everyone and the vibe and the atmosphere that come in the ring, everyone stayed. And I can't lie, AJ knocking a man out, jumping out of the ring whilst he's still on the floor. I thought he was going to his changing room. I thought he was just off. That would have been cold. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you just made? Oh, that would have been the best. Let's give me an idea. Not that I'll ever knock anyone out, but if I did,
Jumping shot the ring.
I just walked to the change room. I don't know what to do now. This has never happened before. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a good night though. Johnny Fisher, I was impressed with. The fight was genuinely like very, very enjoyable. He came out, started very fast, and yeah, Armstrong stayed in there for maybe longer than expected, but yeah, he got the job done and finished him strong. What was in the eighth? I think that was the standout moment in the card. And obviously, young Brandon Scott, I was in his corner. A good win, a shutout win against Louis Norman, who proved a little bit tricky at times, but nothing ever really bothered Brandon. And it was more just sort of catching someone that was as they were moving, really. Yeah, I was impressed with him. I think he'll go far. I think he's a really nice kid. I think he's really putting himself out there, and I think he's appreciated by a lot of boxing fans. I feel like people are warming to him straight away, and they should, because he's generally a really, really good-hearted lad, and a good fighter as well. I believe he's a very genuinely good fighter.
So how good tonight were nights for British boxing? AJ, of course, leading the forefront. How good was that knockout for British boxing? How much do we need that?
Yeah, we need it, but there's still the argument now about, oh, Wilder did it and won. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd even like to see AJ versus Wilder next. I'll be perfectly real, but yeah, I don't know. I think if that's penciled in, that's penciled in, isn't it?
And just moving away onto some of the bigger news, some of the better news. It's been a long time coming. 16th of December, you versus Bam. It's finally happening. You signed the contract. There's a date. There's a venue. All eyes on you. It's the moment that you always wanted.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it, man. I can't lie. I feel like every day since I know the fight's been happening, it's been really the only thing mainly on my mind. I feel like this moment is sort of that part in the film that I've been waiting for my whole life, my whole boxing career, ever since I sort of set out, sort of walking out to a crowd that are genuinely very invested in a genuinely elite fight. I feel like it's going to be a great event. I know Arizona are big boxing fans, a big boxing place, so I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like Bam's a great fighter from that side of the world, and they support their own. I feel like I've already kind of developed. Like, I can see it. I can see the interactions I have with people. I'm very obviously much invested in the whole Twitter space, so I know who's reacting. I know who people are speaking about, who people aren't speaking about. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. My first fight in America, and a great opportunity for me, because I don't know, maybe it's got to a point where in the UK, okay, I really felt I'd come out in Sheffield. I've had a really good event and a good following, a good support. We've got about 4,000 people in there from a city that I'm not even originally from. And that was marginally better than my showing in London. I think that's more because that's really where I'm from as an adult. That's all the faces I've seen, the relationships I've had as an adult. But going over to America is the opportunity. To come over as a foreign fighter, as a world champion, you come in at that level, world champion level. So if they've heard of me already from being over this side, I must have been doing something right. Where really my only last fight has been the sort of the premier platform, as so to speak, in boxing.
And just lastly, any last words for Bams before you see each other December the 16th?
Nah, man, I'm very tired right now. You caught me at 2 a.m. Not trying. It's not war time, man. It's another time. It's not war time,
It's
man.
bedtime right about
It's
now.
bedtime, man.
Hey, thank you,
It's
Sonny.
bedtime.
It's a late one. Thanks for the commitment. Thanks for keeping your word. And I'll see you on the timeline.
Nah, I could never look at you in the eyes again, yeah. If I had you coming to here, see me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and me walk past, I couldn't have done it to myself, so I couldn't look you in the face. I couldn't.
No, man, I appreciate it. Man of your
Well,
words. Stay blessed.
respect.